This week, we're back in the reflection and all that entails to get us ready for our next trip and for the truck camper to go up for the winter. Look at your new home. The kids are in and we're soaking up that time, but Cody has a simple project that turns into an ordeal and apparently is a common problem in the Ram world.
That's not good.
Thankfully, he had some backup.
When I let this go, it's gonna fly on me. What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do?
Then I did some soul searching this week and determined that if we ever have a channel partner not call us back, I might know why after this clip gets out of control. Yes!
We are back in the reflection and we've been traveling in our truck camper without our water softener. We have been traveling with our filter. So since the water softener's been setting, I want to go ahead and regenerate it. Something that's really exciting to me and makes it better than the competitors, besides all the stainless steel construction, is this head where you can just turn it from salt regen to softening to back flush. And you don't have to take this whole thing apart and dump salt in and do all that stuff. The nice thing about this is we can just plug this hose in here and then we'll turn this over to back flush, hook our water filter into our water softener, kick this over to back flush. It's taken a second because we haven't had this hooked up in 2 months. We've been out in the truck camper, so it's just full of air. I'm gonna let it run for 5 minutes since it's been sitting for a while, and then we'll go in with the salt. When I let this go, it's gonna fly on me. What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do?
Yes! Na 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 na.
How's that? It's not just a back flush tool. It can be used for your kids in the summertime. You can just turn it on. Oh, you can't do any better than that. I'm working here.
He chickened out.
And I know if you have a water softener and you go too long on regenerating your system, you'll start to feel it. Your shampoo won't quite go as far, your hair might start to dry out a little bit, and then once you regenerate it, it's like a brand new water softener. It's the greatest thing ever.
I usually tell him when I think it's time, and he'll be like, yep, it's about right on time for my schedule.
I usually do my water softener about once a month, filters every 2 to 3 months, so I just put a calendar reminder on and it's easy enough.
Now where does the salt go?
We'll put our salt right into the tasty filter, pour that in there, we'll leave the filter out. So now we'll go over here and go from back flush to salt regen. So we're just gonna let this flush out on a slow stream for about 15 minutes. Then we're gonna give it full speed for about 5 minutes. And then we're done with that. And then all we gotta do is change our filters and we are back to square one and we'll have all of our water maintenance done for now.
Sissy, oh goodness. She's like, chase me, chase me, chase me. Baby Cody is so very lucky. He has 4 great-grandparents, 2 great-great-grandparents, and this week he's getting to meet the other side of those.
Yep.
And it's been pretty exciting. And of course, all the other people, friends, family, aunts, uncles, cousins. Boo! Silly boy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
He goes, I'm just trying to do whatever I want you to do.
And he's pretty cute, so he kind of earned it. I wonder where Isaac gets it.
I guess everybody's doing a little truck stuff today, and I need to do a little truck stuff myself. We need to put some fuel filters on. We got to change the oil on the truck. We may need to change air filters, and I want to rotate the steer tires, but the kids are here. My time's kind of limited, so I'm just going to break it up in pieces and just try to do a little bit of it every day until I'm done.
But Cody didn't know what was in store.
That fuel filter's stuck on there.
Uh-oh.
It will not come out. And it's in a plastic housing, which is not good for prying.
He brought in reinforcements.
Isaac's gonna give it a shot with the long needle nose.
And attempt not to break anything else.
If we break the housing itself is $700.
Is this why you have Isaac do it? That way you can
No,
blame him?
I just wanted him to look at it.
You break it, you buy it, Ike.
Redneck ideas.
2 sets of hands are better than 1 generally. Everyone will tell you to only use Ram Mopar filters. I couldn't get access to those in the Northeast, so this is a Napa filter. And everyone said if you don't use Ram filters, they will get stuck. Well, this one got stuck.
Yeah, shout out to my buddy Kenneth for this one. But we screwed some screws into the top of this filter and we're able to pry on them and kind of work them around.
And then put something in the middle. I just use I just use a pair of lock-in pliers. Now we popped the filter cap off. We're still not done. I think this is gonna work. And we're definitely gonna have to shop back this thing out because there's no telling what all I've dropped in there. There we go. We got the filter out. There's nothing else in there. Isaac's gonna sop up all the fuel and we're gonna stick a shop back in there and make sure we don't have any particles or anything. We definitely don't want that getting sucked into the engine, and we definitely don't want to ruin a brand new fuel filter.
We're gonna need a lot more rags.
Once this is done, we didn't have to tow it to the dealer, and that's good news.
I think there's 2 things that apply here. Rednecks will find a way, and it becomes a quest. Both apply.
I have yet to really complain about my Ram, but this is a terrible design. There's really no room to work if you do get one stuck. You know, trying to do things like grab onto it with some locking pliers, we just broke the tab out of the top of the fuel filter. It's like everything we did felt like it was gonna break something. At one point, we had taken the housing completely loose from the motor, and while I hate to claim ignorance, I could not figure out how to get the fuel lines removed, and now we're putting it back together.
But he was so wrong.
I want to put the disclaimer on that this is not a how-to, this is what we did. You should always follow your manufacturer recommendations and their repair manuals and work inside of your own limits and keep things nice and safe, especially when you're working with things like fuel. One of the things that might be concerning is using a power drill around a flammable liquid, and you should never do that. Now, diesel has a much lower chance of igniting, and working in open air conditions like this definitely makes it safer, but using a power drill near a fuel source is never a good idea. And you never want to do it if you're anywhere near gasoline, because that little spark that's inside your drill will make gasoline vapors explode. Diesel's not as volatile, so I was comfortable with it. And we're in an open air setting with high winds, and we were using long extensions to where my drill was way up here while the filter housing's down there. Just be smart. I just wanted to walk through kind of the steps we had to take to get this done.
So I'm very thankful that you got it figured out. I see blood though. I think Cody's bleeding.
It doesn't take much for me to cut my hands.
You're both bleeding?
I'm nicked.
He's nicked. It wouldn't be a project without a little blood.
Well, I lied. When I left you guys last, we had just got the broken fuel filter out. We were just putting the new fuel filter in, and the lid wouldn't go on for whatever reason. Scratching our heads looking at it going, maybe we got a bad filter, got a different filter, maybe this one's a little too tall, what have you. So we went to O'Reilly's and got a new filter to have the exact same problem. And we realized we missed a piece. So we were able to get the top part broken off like you saw. We were able to pull all the filter media out as you saw. But this little plastic ring that's just glued onto the filter media is still stuck in the filter housing of the truck. And since we ran out of daylight last night, today I've got to get really creative. So I've got a couple of ideas, and the first one starts with the corkscrew. And I'll let you know how it turns out.
I think we should definitely try the corkscrew. I think it's the best idea we have.
It's the only idea we have. The next option is a tow truck, because what I'm told is this truck will not run without a fuel filter in it. So driving it to Fort Smith, which is about 30 minutes away, is not possible. Tow bill is going to be expensive, and if we got to buy a housing, it's about $700. Let's go get that corkscrew. Rednecks find a way. This is the bottom of the old fuel filter that was seized up, and I guess this gasket just got stuck in there. We tried putting some different pliers down in there, because you kind of have to work around where the stem comes up, and you definitely don't want to damage that. Tried that, didn't work. Tried hooks and picks, didn't work. I tried to get the end of a corkscrew hot and put it through there to pop it out. That didn't work. So we ended up getting a lot of 1/4-inch extensions and drilling some really small holes into it to let the pressure off, and then Isaac was able to grab it with a pick and pop it out. I don't recommend doing this because if you get those little shavings where we drilled in your fuel system, that's a bad day. Or if you damage that housing, it's a bad day. We made it work. Now we're gonna get my shop vac down in there, suck out all those little plastic pieces, make sure everything's nice and clean, and then we're gonna put a new filter in.
And hopefully,
and then I can actually,
in theory.
and then I can actually drive my truck today. So good work. Chip off the old block. Isaac's got an awesome idea. He's got a diesel transfer pump in the back of his truck. Now that we have wiped everything out of the filter housing and got a shop vac in there and sucked everything that could have been remaining out of the filter housing, we're gonna open up the fuel drain and just fill this thing up with diesel and let it drain out the bottom with the thought that if there's any other microparticles in there, it'll rinse them out the drain hose. It's a pretty slick little kit you've got there.
It works out pretty well.
What is that? 80 gallons? 100?
100.
100 gallons?
95 or 100.
Nice. All right, moment of truth. That's not good. Not sure I'll ever change my own fuel filters again, but if I do, I'll definitely use a Ram Cummins brand filter.
You're good.
And we will make absolutely sure that it is factory right, because using the Wix filter turned out really bad for me. So if you're running a Ram, I can't recommend enough, use those factory filters. No leaks, right? No leaks. Perfect.
Thought about kidnapping him.
Papa loves. Oh, that's how he's out.
Love you.
We said goodbye to the kids, and they said that they didn't completely hate the truck camper. But now it's time to take this thing back down to our property, where we're gonna put it away and not think about it until it's time to think about it again. When it comes to winterization, there may be 1,000 ways to skin a cat. With our reflection, we used our Nautilus system, and with our truck camper, we're just gonna pour our antifreeze right into the fresh tank. We'll run everything through the lines, through our faucets and sinks and showers, just like we did in the reflection. Don't forget about your outdoor shower. You wanna make sure winterize that too, because it's exposed to the outside. Pretty cold elements in the winter, so same thing. Just turn your faucets on till they run pink, turn them right back off. Before we put any antifreeze or start any of our winterization process, the first thing we did was bypass this water heater. If you have one of the traditional water heaters with a bigger tank, I always like to bypass those before I winterize it, because you can just drain them and leave the plug out all winter and nothing's gonna freeze and burst.
Today's the day this thing goes to its home, where it belongs, with a cover on it. And I believe our friend is going to be really relieved, because a lot of this junk, where we really trashed it up, is because it needs to go in the back of the truck. So once we get this done, we can clean up this mess, put stuff back in the truck where it belongs, and our friends will probably thank us for cleaning up their yard.
Battery's charged, this thing's winterized. We just gotta put it in the air and get under it, no big deal, right?
Nah, we got this.
We got this.
Come on back a little bit. I think we've got a marker back here.
We have one.
I know I'm in Arkansas when I hold the door for some teenage guys, and both of them, thank you, ma'am, thank you, ma'am. Not that that doesn't happen in other states, because it does.
It's prominent here.
Very prominent in Texas, very prominent in Arkansas, and it feels good to be back home. Today is Christmas Eve. It's one of the few days that we didn't have something planned for festivities. We still have stuff going on, just really been soaking up our family time and enjoying it. We even got to help some cotton candy. Those fish are hot.
Oh, that's pretty good. Oh! How's it taste?
Tastes good. Practice, practice, practice.
That was unexpected. I did not expect any of your nieces or nephews to get a cotton candy machine for Christmas.
Spoiled. Spoiled they are.
That's pretty funny.
But of course we had to test it out and make sure it was working.
Of course.
We have about a 2-hour drive to take this truck camper to our little lot in central Arkansas. It's just a little acre of land.
This is like day 10 back in the fifth wheel. Not that we moved it anywhere yet, but I don't really miss being in the truck camper. I don't miss being in the truck camper at all, but I catch myself having like truck camper thoughts. Like for instance, I went through the other day when I was doing the winterization and I had a few empty jugs of antifreeze, and I thought, as I'm throwing them in the trash, I thought, you know, those would make really good bathroom jugs. I just wonder if there's somebody that could use these.
So I have to admit that when I went to get groceries the other day, I paused in the cat section to buy the kitty litter jugs to see if we needed any kitty litter.
Are you serious?
I did.
That's worse than mine. So the first truck camper trip was like 2 weeks, which is just about enough time to get acclimated. This one was 60 days, maybe 30 days is the magic number.
Maybe that's the number.
You didn't say nothing about me getting the truck all cleaned up inside now. Now you did wash my seat covers, which are much appreciated, but it's like pulling teeth to get them back on.
You just gave up and ripped them off, huh?
This truck is trashed.
I'm pretty sure last time we put them on, we swore we'd never take them off.
But these seats look brand new under here. After a year of the dogs, it would not look like this without the seat covers. So I'm still calling it totally worth it. Ask me again when we put them back on.
What is that?
There's everything in this truck.
It's your new home. Look at your new home.
Yeah, you know what's coming, don't you?
Nice work.
Makes me nervous.
It gets a little better.
It gets a little better once you figure out it's not just going to completely fall out of the sky. It gets better, but
I feel better when it's not up this high, though.
I'll feel better when we're on the jacks. So I'm gonna have to jicky jank this one. Don't pull it too far. I can't remember how far it goes down. Well, that was a very interesting and eventful 60-day adventure. Thank you guys so much for spending your time with us twice a week and hanging out with us and hanging with us through all of this. It's almost Christmas for us. That's tomorrow. Hope you guys had a very Merry Christmas. We got to get back and get that fifth wheel hitch in because just after Christmas is over, we're back on the road in the old-fashioned way for us. So we'll see you guys on the highway. Oh, that's the wrong way. Hold.
I wish I had the camera going for that.
I was just walking.
I don't think it opens on that end.
The bottom fell off of it. Okay. Well.
And what better way to have something that you have to service with something so cheap and so easy? Yeah. It doesn't have to be iodized. I think Cody got the name brand.
Common table salt is what the instructions say.
We probably paid 20 cents more for this jug than we had to. Just saying.
I'm the one that picked it up off the shelf. I wasn't thinking generics. Let me let this back flush finish getting its pressure off so we don't get hosed.
Non-scientific explanation. The salt goes in to the silver thing and it gets into the beads and it releases all the junk and it sprays it out there. Is that close?
Yeah.
It's almost like it needs to twist.
Everybody needs one.
And that's it. We're ready to shut down the Inge venture for now. It's time to take it home. And that's it. We're in a... See bears?
Easy.
Oh. Eris, be nice.
Like a bull in a china shop.
She's just a little rough on a little frail little baby. Oh.
Sissy bears. Sissy bears.
Good job. Yay.